Hi, this is a continuing lesson on silk screening. Today you're going to find a lot of really pretty border patterns on my website, and I have one here that it has a couple borders on it, and actually I think it has 4 borders, and all of these can be connected to form a border, a vertical border or a horizontal border, depending on the silk screen that you've chosen. And I have a shirt here. It's a little brown t-shirt, and I have decided where I want my pattern to rest, and I've drawn a line using a quilt ruler, and these you can find at your local quilt store or fabric store. You can even find them at Walmart if that's the only store that you have. They're in various kinds, and so this is a 24-inch ruler. So I have drawn my line using a water-soluble marking pen, and so that's where we're going to start. So what I have here is a silk screen that I think is really pretty, and it's one of the collections that we have. And I'm going to start in the center, and I have drawn a line again, and I want to line up the bottom of the silk screen on the line I've drawn, and I marked the center, so I'm ready to go. So the first thing we're going to do is to get some paint tape, and we're going to tape our design down. So, and of course my paint tape is being contrary. So there we go. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to tape it down like this. Now, just for ease of doing the video, we're going to use just one paint color, and this is a gold paint that I mixed up earlier. So we will go ahead and cover the screen with the paint, and it will, since this is quite a large screen, we will need to put a fair amount of paint on there. So we're not pushing through right now. We're just going to cover the screen with the paint, and we're just about ready to start rubbing it in. Want to get a nice coverage. Alright, I think that's probably good there. So now we'll just do a light, soft rubbing, and then there we go. That looks like good enough. Let's peek at it and see how we did. Oh, pretty. Alright, so now, oops, we missed some at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit more paint on my brush and then smooth it across right in this area, and then just gently, gently rub it through. Just like that. Okay, and we're going to now look at it. Great. Okay, so we'll take this off. Now the catch to this is, because we have a border along the edges, we will need to wash this out and then dry our shirt, because we are going to need to overlap this over top. So we can't do that until this section is dry. So we're going to put our screen in the water, and we'll move our tape over here, and now I'm going to get my hair dryer and then just blow dry the shirt. And so bear with me as far as the noise. In order to do this, you have to get the shirt dry so that when you lay your next screen on top of there, you're not going to ruin what you've already painted. Now, so we just need to let it go just a little bit more. It doesn't have to be totally dry, but it does need to be fairly dry. You shouldn't be able to pick any paint up. So there we go. I think that's probably good enough. Now that we have the hairdryer, sometimes you think that you need to dry your screens. You never want to dry your silk screens with a hairdryer, because you can cause damage to them. One puff with a too hot dryer is going to ruin your screen. I've had this happen in many of my classes. Students were excited and eager to get going on the next design, and so they went ahead and used a hairdryer on, and it just caused a big problem. It ruined the screen. Alright, so here we go. This is what we've done. We've dried what we did first, and now we're overlaying the screen, the next position on, and it's real easy to check. You just fold this back so it looks like I need to move over a little bit more, and actually you can see the screen, the paint that you've already put on there through the screen, and I know that's probably, you can't see it, but I can from where I'm standing, and you will be able to too whenever you start doing this. Okay, we're going to put another piece of paint tape down. Don't be sparing with your paint tape. You don't want to try and save it and then ruin a pretty screening. Alright, so we've got that smoothed down, and I don't know if you noticed, but I had a magical person come over and wash my screen, and that would be my dear husband Ronnie. And so while I was using the hairdryer, he quickly moved over to wash my screen for me and dry it. And if you watch some of our previous segments, you know that to wash them, you put them in water and a little Dawn dishwashing liquid. Actually, you can use any color of any type of dishwashing liquid. I just happen to use Dawn. And you can use Palmolive or Joy or whatever kind you'd like. And so now we have our screen covered, and now we're just going to rub the paint in, again, the same way that we did before, until we get a nice coverage. And I'm going to hold this down in front, and then now we'll check it and see how it looks. Very nice. One problem I see down here, I need a little bit more paint down there. Not a lot, just a little. Just smooth it across just like that, and we'll check again. Oops, a little bit more up at the very tip top up here. Other than that, we're good to go. So there we are, a completed border. And you could continue on around the back side. Now, I just realized I left the paint on there, and that's a bad girl. But you will do things like that too, and so it's always good to see someone who's been doing it a while make the same mistakes that you make. So have a try at doing borders. It looks so pretty to have connected borders. So that's all for now. Thanks. See you again. Bye-bye.